What's up, guys? Welcome to the Zeller Pitching Academy, and we're going to cover exactly what it is, who it's for, how it works, things like that. And I'm going to put timestamps down below so you can, go through to whatever is most interesting to you. So, as of this recording, there are 103 members in the academy, and that's worldwide, most in the United States. So, the main dashboard, people will post, different wins they're having, successes. We want it to be a group feel. People enjoy that. We've got the up at the top. This is hosted on school.com, by the way. Up at the top, we have the community classroom calendar, members leaderboards. There's a leaderboard for, if you're posting a lot, commenting, stuff like that. The main thing is we go into the classroom. This is where all the course modules are. So there's orientation that'll explain a lot about how to use the whole program. The Knuckleball Mastery program is what people primarily come for. We have other stuff on here as references. If I'm, trying to help a student with their mechanics, go to the mechanics section, check this out, for example, work on a drill in here. But the biggest thing is the Knuckleball Mastery program. So it goes through absolute beginner, lesson one, what is a knuckleball, what makes it different, some drills for the knuckleball. Each day in the program, each lesson, you can download a Word document or a PDF. There's 30 lessons. A lot of them are broken into two parts, and you go through at your own pace. You don't have to go through every single day. I usually tell kids to be able to spend 3 or 4 days a week working on it, only about 10 to 15 minutes a day. That's what we say. So, lesson two is going to be about grip, different grip ideas. Lesson three is where we're outside and we're throwing the knuckleball to a target. This is just, close 5-10 feet away. We want this program to be something that's not like a bunch of extra throwing, because a lot of kids are doing way too much throwing. And furthermore, one of the main reasons that we implement the knuckleball, that we want to add it to our arsenal, is to save our arm in general. So throwing it to a target, talking about different spins, and then by the middle we want them, flat grounds, bullpens. Then we're integrating in the rest of our pitches, our fastball, changeup, whatever else we have, curveballs if we're older. And by the end, we're throwing it in games. And so the way this works, the way we can do this online, but make a huge huge progress with it, because a lot of people wonder, how does online training work? Well, think of it like this. If I were to meet with you, once a week, there would be, some progress. There are some things you can do in person, but when you have online, you're able to go through and have stuff to do every single day. And then in the calendar section, this is the key, we do Zoom calls scheduled daily. The kids don't have to be on every single call. I have some kids in the program that are on 3 or 4 days a week. They absolutely love going on all the calls. They love, there's different guys in there, the group aspect, going over other people's knuckleballs. Some guys are very advanced in college. Some guys are just learning and they love that part. Some people, they, are busier. They're playing a bunch of travel ball. They're doing whatever. They've got, homework, depending on if it's summer or whatnot. And they're on there for 15 minutes a day, or 15 minutes once a week, 15 minutes once a week. And these are hour-long calls. They're on there for 15 minutes. Boom, they're off doing their homework or whatever. And on these calls, we go over the video that they send me. So we'll give instructions on how to send video. Very simple. It's just, set a tripod up, or have your dad or teammate or whatever get video just with your phone. And we want to see the release of the knuckleball out of the hand, so we can see if it's spinning, your grip, stuff like that. And then we want a side view of mechanics, so we could analyze mechanics, break that down, and improve that. And so that's actually one of the most important parts, is improving mechanics. So a huge part of it. And then, if we have plenty of extra time, which we normally do, we'll go over any other questions, fastball, changeup, whatever it is. The way we do video sharing is really powerful. We have an app called OnForm. So OnForm is an app that's a free app to download, and when you join the program, I give you instructions how to get into my profile. So I'll make a profile for the kid. they have a code, send the code, and then boom, you're on my OnForm and you can send videos seamlessly. So I'll give you just an example of a kid right here. 9-year-old kid, one of his first videos he sends me, he has almost no idea how to throw a knuckleball. So check this out. It's just pushing it. And he wants to take the spin off, so he's able to take it off decently like that. And that's fine. First video, we don't need anything special. I just say, do whatever you're doing and send me the video. Then we're able to give him instruction from there. And we say, more, hey, just throw it and just see what happens. Okay, so now we see he's getting tons of backspin. Okay, so now we know how to tackle that. So it's iterative, and that's the key. And that's why online training can be better in a lot of cases, because we can iteratively attack it. And so changes his grip a little bit to try to get on top of the ball a little bit more. And still a big push, but taking off some spin and more of a throw than the first video. So, okay, so we're making progress. And so you can see from May 2nd, he's going through, he's working everywhere. You can work in your backyard, you can work inside, wherever it is. And then in just 1 month, May 2nd to June 3rd, look how good the knuckleball is right here. He's throwing it full distance, and he's already throwing it in games in 1 month. Nasty. I mean, it's honestly incredible. And so I might be maybe the first person that's doing like an online knuckleball program like this. So even I'm surprised at how well it works. And that's why I took the chance to try to do this and teach it. And man, it's effective. And so really, excited about the progress we've seen with kids all over the world, honestly. So this kid's a 9-year-old, and he's made incredible progress with it. We got tons of kids in the program here. Let me give you an example of an older kid. So this is a kid that came to us with already, decent. He was throwing it in games, so we get a video of their mechanics. So for this guy, a lot of what we're helping him with is his mechanics to be in the zone more, because knuckleball moves, so you want to be able to throw it accurately. That's a priority. So we worked with his mechanics, gave him some drills, and he actually, within a month of joining, pitched a no-hitter. Had 10 innings, 1 hit, 16 Ks in a really good streak. But you can see his knuckleball right here. Incredible, working in the snow right there. And another thing we tell kids to do is give us game footage. So you can see game footage right here. And so it's a program, it's about the knuckleball, but it's really about pitching in general with kids that want to add the knuckleball to their arsenal. And so that's a big distinction, is kids don't have to become knuckleballers. This guy throws his knuckleball about 30% of the time in games, and it's part of his arsenal, but he also throws 80 miles an hour. So he's got, a good overall arsenal, and I think that's one of the distinctions, because a lot of people think that if you throw the knuckleball, it has to be your only pitch, and that's not true at all. And you see with guys coming up, you see with Matt Waldron, that there's more and more players that are throwing the knuckleball as part of their arsenal. So you see this is a video right here, just throwing it on his knees. One of the adjustments we made for this guy was his grip, and then he's gotten way, way better with it. So that's how the program works, and we've had tremendous success with it. You can see by the the videos, and 100 plus guys in the program currently, and we've worked with many more than that all over the world. So we have different price options. We have different starting options: 3 months, 6 months, yearly, month to month, and they range from the price of a cup of coffee a day on up, depending upon if you want more individual coaching or not. So if you are interested, then book a call. So I'll give you the intro call link, or you can ask, hey coach, I want to book a call. And for kids that are watching this, make sure that your parents are on the call, and then we can discuss the program. And really we're going to discuss, is it right for you? Because you've seen it's worked with guys all over the world, but is this how you're going to learn? And for a lot of you guys it'll be yes. There might be some guys that are like, hey, I don't have the attention span, I don't have the work ethic, or I don't want it bad enough. Whatever it is, the key is we're going to be totally honest with each other, make sure that we answer any questions that you guys have, and that's the best way to get you to the next level. So let me know if you are interested, if you have any more questions, and if you want to book a call, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Peace.